Kenneth, good afternoon. Thank you for having me today and for the opportunity to interview you. Yeah, can you share with us what is KC Creative Marketing?
Okay, KC Creative Marketing basically is my initial, K for Kenneth, C for Choo, my surname, Choo, Choo, and then Creative Marketing because why the name is named as KC Creative Marketing, right? Is because I believe that I'm the key to your creative solution. Yeah, so that's why KC comes in.
Yeah. So when do you started the KC Creative Marketing?
I started KC Creative Marketing about in 2015. Then I incorporated in 2017. Yeah. So, and the reason why I started KC Creative Marketing is because I got laid off by my previous employer, and then my clients say, "Hey, Kenneth, why not you start your own marketing agency so that you can continue to service us?" So that's how I started my company, digital marketing agency.
Right. So it's like one door closes, but another door opens up for you. Yeah. So how do you see that your corporate experience, right, translate the skills onto in your entrepreneurial?
Like now you ask me, right? I would say because in my past 14 years I've been in advertising, sales, media, marketing. So basically I'm on the front line. I always meet people. So the socializing, the sales conversion, I was doing sales for the past 14 years. So it helped me to transit smoothly because sales for most entrepreneurs is the hardest. And because for me, I'm really equipped with that. So it makes it easier for me to get sales in, to get revenue in. Because even before I start the company, right, I already have revenue coming in. And because it's a service base, so I can collect the money first, or at least 50% of the money, then I can start work. Yeah, so that was how it started. So my corporate experience largely comes from my sales background that helped me to catapult or even get sales even before the business started.
Was there any difficulty when you started out, right? Any skill set that you feel that you were lagging and then you have to learn on the spot in your entrepreneurial journey?
So I think the skill set that I did not expect was like the business skills. I need my finance. I'm really bad with handling with finance, the P&L. Hiring is also another challenge because all the while I can do a lot of things. I'm like the one-man show, right? I can do everything by myself, but at times I can't do because I'm also doing sales. So the sales will take up a lot of time. So and the other hand will be, although I run a digital marketing agency, right, I still need to market my business. So that is also another challenge because I only know how to sell, but how to market myself, that is also another. I can help my clients, but to help myself, that is, I need to have another lens to really look at myself and brand myself. So that also takes some time. So I will say the marketing, the finance, and the other thing is also how to grow a business because although you say entrepreneur, right, in short form it's still self-employed. So there's no bosses to guide you, to lead you. So you need to be very disciplined. So this is discipline is another I would say skill set that I learned, I built along the years. Because for me as a salesperson, right, we are very free. So we're not very disciplined. We are also and that become a double-edged sword. As an entrepreneur, you have the flexibility, and at the same time, the flexibility could also kill you, because if you slack too much, you don't have momentum, you will start losing business, you will start losing revenue, and you don't have new leads coming in. So these are the skill set I feel that which I did not expect running a business.
So when you move along this entrepreneurship path, right, do you have any mentors that is helping you along the way? Do you engage any mentors?
In fact, I would say mentor, like now, right, after 8 years, right, I would tell everyone, right, find a mentor before you start business. Why? Because I do not have any mentor. I kind of like self-taught. But only on to my second year, I realized that there are some skills that I do not have because I run a digital marketing agency. So I started like signing myself, invest into workshops, seminar, mastermind, masterclass, and all that to really build, but more to the digital marketing side. And that was when in one of the seminar, I started finding different mentors. I have a digital marketing mentor. I have my publishing mentor, which to build my authority, my credibility. And then I have another one which is more of self-discovery and achieve self-awareness as an entrepreneur, because he's a futurist and he has this assessment which help entrepreneur to realized what entrepreneur profile they are. Yeah, so I would say on my second year, through the seminar, I'm able to find these 3 mentors.
Right. Yeah. I also realized that along this entrepreneurial path that you are on, right, you are also currently the chapter president of the Women Global Change Singapore. Oh, that's amazing. I have never imagined that the chapter president is a man. Yeah, what drives you and gives you the inspiration to do this?
I didn't expect it to come, but because I was running a series of women summit, especially during the pandemic, I did one in 2020 and then 2022. So what made me to become the chapter president of this Women of Global Change, right, is because one of the speakers I invited in 2020 happens to be the chapter president for KL, Malaysia. And so she recommended me, introduced me to the founder, and the founder reached out to me, had a like an interview, like a chat, and then she felt that whatever I'm doing, right, totally aligned with what Women of Global Change does, because Women of Global Change is a non-profit organization that help women and children all around the world. And they believe in empowering them with the skill set, with the knowledge, which is also aligned with what my summit is all about.
Yeah. So do you feel that this is contributes to your networking efforts that within the entrepreneurial setting that got you such opportunities?
I would say networking definitely, and also largely it plays a part in me reaching out. And like I mentioned, the speaker, right? The speaker that I invited for the summit in 2020 was the one who recommended me for the chapter president role. And like what you say, you don't really see a lot of male being a chapter president for a women organization, especially in non-profit. In fact, I'm the second man, or the only man in Asia. They're opening up Asia, so the other man was in US. So out of all the chapters, right, there's only two male chapters, male chapter president. And network definitely would be there, and also I would say the proactiveness of reaching out to people. Like this lady, her name is Ann Tam. So she's a founder of this entrepreneurial school in Malaysia. It's called Dwi Emas International School. And I was so fascinated by what she has done, being like even setting up an entrepreneurial school. And she's a mom. So I basically traveled all the way to KL to see her. Yeah, so that was how it all started. So I think it's also the passion, the curiosity to reach out to people. Network definitely, but I think it's the passion that really made her feel that I'm genuine, I'm passionate, and that is what built that strong connection.
So just now you mentioned that entrepreneurs, right, we are very flexible in our time and etc. Yeah. So how do you maintain the motivation to build up your energy in the entrepreneurial role?
That's a very good question, because definitely we have time that we woke up from the wrong side of the bed, or it's a bad day for us. Definitely there will be that moment. But I think for us, it's okay to fall, it's okay to slack, it's okay to slow down. But the next thing you need to do is to pick yourself up very fast. And what I do is basically, like you talk about mentor, I would say my biggest mentor as of now, right, is this gentleman called Gary Vaynerchuk. So he's very well known as what we call a social media guru. So every time when I feel down, right, I will start to listen to his podcast. So his podcast is like what we call the hustler, always hustling. So whenever I listen to him, he's always working non-stop, having a lot of meetings. He don't believe in an hour meeting. He always believe in 15 minutes and all that. He feel that it's enough. So that's why when I listen to his podcast, it kind of motivate me, inspire me, because he's so much older. If I'm not wrong, he's about 48, but he's still driving, still very passionate, still moving forward, still inspiring people. So he's really like a role model to me. So whenever I listen to his podcast, it just got me driving, moving forward.
Right. Wow. That's a good way of putting yourself into the high energy mode. Yeah. So do you celebrate when, let's say you reach a milestone? So there's days definitely that you are very happy, you close a big deal. How do you celebrate those days?
Wow. You talk about celebration, right? I would say that I don't typically celebrate any wins. Why? Because all these wins are just steps, and I have not reached my end game or my goal yet. So I think it's just to give myself a pat and then to move forward, because that's not the end. There's still a long way to go, especially when I'm doing something that's more to inspire people, a platform revolving around people. I think the celebration is for them. And for me, it's just to keep on moving forward and just give myself a pat on the back and say, okay, let's move on.
Right. Yeah. So, Kenneth, right now, right in the industry, there's a lot of millennials starting out their own business. Yeah. Would you be able to share like 3 advice for these millennials? What skill sets? Maybe you can share a bit on like what skill sets they should be acquired first before they kickstart a business. Yeah.
So in fact, I do not know whether you have seen. I did a TEDx talk about, I think, 2 years ago. So I did a TEDx talk, and during the talk, I talked about the importance of personal branding, and what are the three things for you to build personal branding, which is with this framework called NAC. Okay, N stands for network, A stands for authority, C stands for credibility. So my advice for all these millennials is start with your network. Start to build your network. Whether it's in your campus, with your friends, or you go for networking session. Okay, and then from there, find a way to build your authority. And that is also the reason why I started writing a book called Mother Industrialist 6 years ago. And then at the same time, I also launched my podcast, interviewing mothers from all around the world to find my niche. And then last but not least, because of the podcast and being an author, I built up my credibility. So because credibility need time. So like for me, like my podcast, only until when I hit about 50, 60 episodes, people start recognizing me, taking me seriously. And now with 100 episodes, I can say period. I don't have to explain to people. I just send them the link, go and see all these episodes. If you think it's legit, then you come to me. Yeah, so it's more of stacking up. Yeah. So with this framework, I believe that they will be able to build a very good personal branding, and not forgetting to build your personal branding in LinkedIn. Yeah.
So Kenneth, you have been a tech talk speaker, as well as you have run over 100 podcasts. You are also the president chapter of the Women Global Singapore Change, right? Yeah. So with so much activities and achievements under you, right? What is one superpower that you wish you had?
Oh. In fact, I was thinking about it. What was that one superpower, right? I would say I would want to have empathy. I will be able to feel you, be able to help you with all your pains, your sorrows, and then to resolve it and help you to move forward.
Thank you, Kenneth, very much today for your time.
Right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.